Welcome back, guys. It's week 8 of the NFL season, and it's Thursday, October 26th. And going back to last week's picks, last week was the week of the upsets. It happens once a season, sometimes twice a season, where just nothing goes the way you think it's gonna go. It's the week that everybody says, "Well, this is where everything you know proves that you don't know anything." So, but yeah, upset week, big time. And this is why I wasn't surprised that San Francisco lost on Monday night. That just simply completed the upset weekend. Um, so yeah, like a lot of other people, I went a dismal 5-8, and so wonky week is over. Get back into what it usually boils down to. And so starting off with tonight, Thursday Night Football, Tampa Bay at Buffalo. My heart really wants me to go with Tampa Bay, and I'm gonna take Buffalo tonight at home. They don't usually. They're 20-5 coming off of a loss, which is said to be the best record in football right now. So with that disappointing loss last week, so I'm gonna take Buffalo over Tampa. And then moving on to Sunday, the morning slotted games. The battle for New York, the Jets at the Giants. The Giants, as we know, need a lot of help. They got a lot to figure out. I think Brian Daboll has probably squeezed as much out of Daniel Jones as he's probably going to get. But and with the Jets defense, so I'm gonna take the Jets over the Giants. Then from there, good game between the Jaguars and the Steelers at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense is enough for a lot of people to take Pittsburgh with what they've been able to do recently. But I'm going to take the Jags. They are the real deal. They are one of the best teams in this league, and they're only going to get better. And so I'm going to take the Jaguars over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. Then from there, got a division rival. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington used to be Redskins. And I'm going to take Philly over Washington. Not a lot needs to be said there. Philadelphia is coming into they're finding their way. They were stacking wins while they were still trying to figure out what their identity is, and they seem to have pretty much figured that out. And then with the new acquisition of Byard, I think his name is, then they're just continue to get better. And I would think that they are a Super Bowl favorite to represent the NFC at this point and going forward, and even coming into the season. So Philly over Washington. The Rams visit the Dallas Cowboys. And congratulations to Coach McVay on having his new son. And so I'm gonna take the Rams over Dallas. They're a better coach team. They have one of the elite head coaches in this league, and they will outcoach Dallas. McCarthy is his better days are behind him. So Rams over Cowboys. Then another division rivalry. Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers, and Jordan Love is not the answer. I believe that has been proven. I think you've seen everything that you need to see, and he's just not the guy. 4 years as an understudy. Well, most of those 4 years as an understudy, and he should have been pretty much ready to go when Rodgers left. And so, yeah, he's not the answer. So I'm going to take the Vikings coming off of their big win last Monday over the 49ers. Vikings over Green Bay. Then the Atlanta Falcons travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. And that one really could go either way. You know, King Henry could just bust everything loose, or Atlanta could just keep on the roll that it's, you know, they could stay at the top of the. I think they'll stay at the top of that division for at least a little bit. But I still don't think Atlanta's going to win that division. But I think that they've got enough to beat Tennessee. So Atlanta over the Titans. Then New England at Miami, and Miami's just kind of got New England's number, and they've got a better roster. They've got a Coach McDaniels is one of the elite bunch of head coaches in this league. Yes, I know Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches, as they say, of all time. But I'm going to take Miami over New England. And then on to New Orleans, traveling to Indianapolis to face the Colts. And New Orleans is having some growing pain struggles. Derek Carr is a good quarterback, and it's a matter of him finding his way, and he and the rest of the team just gelling. He is a guy that can take this New Orleans team into the playoffs. Will it happen this year? Possibly not. Probably not. But he is a guy that can once they get finally gelled and working together everybody on the same page. Look out for the Saints, because they're not going to be any joke. They're not exactly a joke right now, but they will improve as time goes along. But with that, the Colts are just, I think the Colts have enough at home to win. So Indianapolis over New Orleans. And for the last of the morning slot games, Houston Texans at the Carolina Panthers. And yeah, it's the two rookies, the two rookie quarterbacks facing off. And Carolina has more issues than just a young quarterback. They're in a complete rebuilding stage, and it started with their quarterback, so they've got that part started, and now they just got to continue to build around him as time goes by. They've got a good head coach, Frank Reich. He's a really good head coach, and so if they've got the right combination there, I believe, with head coach and quarterback, and they've got a ways to go. So, but I'm going to take Houston over Carolina. From there, to begin the 1 o'clock games, the afternoon slate, Cleveland Browns at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle always gives big trouble to teams when they come to Seattle. One of the harder places to play. But with that Cleveland defense, the way it's been just lighting everything up, I'm going to take Cleveland over Seattle. I believe this is going to be a very competitive game, but I think Cleveland's defense will do enough to bring it through for them. And then this is, some people may not think so, but I think this is a possible Super Bowl preview. The Cincinnati Bengals at the San Francisco 49ers. And the 49ers have dropped the last two. Cincinnati is finally finding their way into the season, and they're finding their legs under them. And I'm taking Cincinnati. The Bengals on the road in San Francisco. It's not something that people are most likely to think, but I think the San Francisco is going to wind up dropping a third in a row. Cincinnati is not the Cincinnati of old. Joe Burrow's brought that life to them, and I believe they get a road win over the 49ers. And then we have the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to division rivals, the Denver Broncos, and don't need to spend a lot of time there. I'm gonna take my Chiefs over the Broncos, and then from there, the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson seeming like a new quarterback. He's gelled into that pocket passer. Runs to when he needs to, but he's always looking to put the ball somewhere to pick up downs. So Baltimore over Arizona at Arizona. And then Sunday Night Football, the Chicago Bears at the LA Chargers. When does the flex part begin? I gotta look that back up again. When does the flex hit come in? It's hard to believe that this is in the Sunday night primetime slot. Two teams that are struggling. The Chargers really shouldn't be, but they are. And I believe that's just a head coaching issue and possibly a GM issue. Hopefully that gets addressed in the off season. It's definitely not a quarterback issue in LA with the Chargers. So the front office, the ownership need to look at the GM and the head coach. And it's all going to fall on the head coach first. So, but I'm going to take the Chargers at home in prime time, Sunday night, over the Bears. And then on to Monday Night Football, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Detroit Lions. I look for the Lions to rebound off of that loss. I don't hold that loss against them. As it's been said, going into last week's game with the Ravens, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were 15-1 against NFC teams. After the game, they were 16-1 against NFC teams. Most NFC teams just don't face somebody with the maneuverability of a Lamar Jackson. And so no matter how much they prepare, I mean, it's just hard to, it's next to impossible to do so. So, but they've got a little experience with that now. Who knows when they'll meet again? Next year, maybe. But Lions rebound. They are one of the top teams in the NFC. They will be, I believe, the winners of their division. So Detroit over the Raiders. So after last week's 5-8, at the season moment right now, entering mid-season, I am standing at a 69 win and 37 loss. And well, we'll just keep on going. Please leave your picks and other comments in the comments section. I'd like to see how you're doing, how your picks are going for the season. And take care. Enjoy. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye-bye.